Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's your boy Frank once again with another DIY. Today is very hot, man. Jesus, the summer is kicked in, but we gotta work. So today I'm working on the Pajero and I'm about to show what we're about to do. Stay tuned. So as I mentioned, I'm working on the Pajero today, and today we're about to change the transmission oil. Here it states that we have to replace the transmission oil every 80,000 kilometers. 80,000 kilometers using ATF SP2, which is the case on this car. We have the V4A5 transmission. So to do this, you can either buy the OEM SP2, where I left that, or you can buy another one with the same specification, which is my case. I bought this FCHS, to not say anything bad, which has the same specification. You can see right there, is compatible with the Mitsubishi SP2 and SP3. So we are good to go with this one. So I'm going to show the whole procedure in order to do this. So let's start up on the front. So I already showed which kind of oil that we are about to use. So now let's talk about the procedure. I will do a procedure which is called forward flush, where we will use the pump of the car itself to actually push the old oil from the torque converter and replace with the newer one. So for this you will need a bottle. You will need those transparent hoses. 10 millimeters is good enough, and also you will need a 12 millimeter hose to connect into the dipstick hole, and also a funnel. So first thing, you have to remove your bash plate. So let me go ahead and do that. You need a 12 millimeter socket. It will be easier for you to take out. So we are under the car. So those two hoses that you're seeing right here, they come from the transmission to the radiator. So what we are going to do is to disconnect this line right here, which is, I think it's the return line, because the oil comes from here and goes to the cooler. It is cooled and it returns back to the gearbox. So we will disconnect this one. So it's there where we are going to connect our 10 millimeter hose, and then connect into this bottle. So we have connected the hose. So what we are going to do now is to start up the car, and we want to see around 4 liters to come out into this bottle. So after we start seeing that the oil is coming a little, we will shut the car off. Yes, so as you can see, the oil started to come out, and man, it's very dirty. Look how the hose is looking. Very, very dirty. Should be more red or something like. So as you guys may be seeing here, we have our oil, and you can tell by the color of it, isn't looking that nice. So that's good that we are replacing. So now we have to go under the car, disassemble the sump for the gearbox, and we'll take out the pan, and we will clean up the magnets and so on. So we'll have to remove the guard for this, I mean the cross member for the transmission. I will show you under the car. So we are under the car. What you have to do is to jack up your transmission. I'm just about to set the jack right here to make sure that it is supported. So you will go ahead and remove those 14 mils, which will make able to you to remove the cross member, which is this one. So I have supported the gearbox, and also you can see that the cross member is off. I am just laying it over there on these bricks, and also you have two nuts over the mount. I believe you can see those two nuts. You have to remove them. They are also 14. So after you're done with this, you will be able to have access to the all 10mm bolts that we have to undo from the pen. So let me move the cross member and start disassembling, taking out all the 10mm from the sump. But before you go ahead and remove the 10mm, I believe you can see there are those around. Make sure you drain the remaining oil that is on the pan. You just have to take out this 17mm drain plug. So we got the pan off, and this is the oil filter, the old one, which should be ideal also to replace, but by this time you can see it's been doing a great job over time. And this oil, man, it's looking so bad, like brown. It should be looking like red or something close to red, but right now it's looking dark brown. As you can see, the one that I put over there. So now it's time to clean out the old gasket, clean out of the car, and insert everything back together. Working on this, make sure you clean up your magnets. You can see what they have been holding up all this time, so make sure we clean it up. So we put some engine cleaner here and wipe it up with some pressure washer. I was also suffering with a leak over the dipstick. So this is the dipstick hose, and right here used to be a rubber seal. So if you don't have it, make sure you buy it before you apply it again, because this part goes over here. So if you don't have that over there, obviously you will have a leak, which was my case. So I'll go ahead also and buy one O-ring for there. So I finished it up taking out the old silicone from the transmission. I did also the same on the pane. So now it's time to put some RTV and insert it back right here. Also cleaned up the pan, remove the old silicone, and you can see right there that I cleaned up all the magnets. So now it's time to put some RTV. I will be using this Vitorins, which is good for high temperature applications. So added silicone, as you can see right there. So now it's time to put it back, let it cure for about 30 minutes. I think it will be enough, and then we will come back to do the rest. So we are done under the car. We'll just wait maybe for an hour until the RTV seals properly, and we'll drop some transmission fluid and start the process of filling it up. So I've just inserted back the cross member, as you guys can see right there. The silicone has spreaded as good as it is. Just did a final torque, which is 11 Newton meters. So I think it's time to fill up with some oil. So at this stage you can start dripping oil through a funnel. As you can see right here, just made this adapter. So it goes right on the funnel and goes right there on the dipstick. So this is a 12mm hose, so you can buy it here at stores. And also I added a new bottle so that we can keep track of it. So we'll add 4 liters now, and we will start up the car. Just for your reference, guys, this is the color of the oil when it's brand new, comparing with this one when it's old. You can see the difference. So let's keep putting new oil. So that was my last bottle. 4 of them are in. So I'll go ahead and start up the car and wait until it starts dripping on the bottle, and then we'll shut it off and do the final fill. So after the first startup, it can take a while, some seconds just to come out again. As you can see, so we have some oil that came out again. So as you can see, this one that came right now, it's lighter than the first one. So if you have more oil, you can keep flashing, but I won't do that because it's very expensive out here. So now it's time to fill it up. I will add 4 liters or 5, and then starting to check the level cold, and then we will check the level. We'll start up the car and check the level when hot. At this point, make sure you don't overfill the oil. So at this point, I added about 5 liters. You can see the 5 bottles there. So we'll go ahead and start up the car and cycle through park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then expect for leaks. Wait until it reaches the operating temperature so we can check the level. So as I said, at this point, start up the car, put it in reverse, wait a little bit, put it in neutral, put it in drive, neutral, reverse, park, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, then park again. So let's wait now till the operating temperature reaches up, and then we check the level. So I'm looking at the level right now, and you can see it's touching the second mark, and it says hot. So I will take the car for a drive, and then I will check the level again. So right now we are cruising. Previously around 60 using the 4th gear. I used to experience what they call a torque converter shorter. So I would feel the car vibrating exactly at 60 around that RPM. But man, the car now, it is so smooth changing the gears. And yeah, actually this is a good thing to do. So let's go back home. We will check again the level once the car, since as the car is hot, and we will see how much we'll have to top up. So I came under the car after our first drive, trying to look for leaks, and so far I think everything is looking good as it should. So I'm happy. Right now I'm here on the car trying to check the level. So inserting the dipstick. So as you guys, I don't know if you can see there, but we are on actually the second mark, which is where we should be, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, so that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. So basically this is how you can actually replace or flash virtually, because we didn't use any tool, but actually with this process you can take out the most part of the oil that you have on your system. And I hope you had fun, and if you did, please do not forget to like, leave a comment, and I appreciate all your appreciation. See you next time. Cheers.